Hey guys, Thomas here from Chasingrooseveltsoutdoors. Today's video is going to be a brief kind of overview of what I would do, or what I'm going to do, um, for spring bear this year, 2022. And to briefly go over it, the video is basically going to be, I'm going to show you Onyx. That's what I use for hunting. And I'm just going to briefly go over that, and then I'm going to show like what I would look for bear hunting, as far as like terrain, locations, what I'm looking for on Onyx itself. And like I said, it's mostly a video about like what I'm looking for prior to going out. So this is e-scouting, before I go out for bear hunting, and it's from a perspective of someone that's kind of new to bear hunting. Um, So hopefully you guys get something out of this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So if you do, hit that subscribe button. Thanks. Later. Alright guys, so to add to it, this video is going to be a new style video, based off of my PC. And the way I wanted to do it was I wanted to be able to show you what I'm looking at and looking for on Onyx. Um, and where you can kind of see my face, so I'm talking to you guys. Hopefully you guys like this way of, or like the style of video. If you do, you want to see more, just comment below and let me know. Alright, thanks. Alright guys, so we're about to get in it. I'm going to switch this over so you can see Onyx. And then you got me in the corner, that way you guys can see everything. Alright, so this is my kind of I guess a video of what I would suggest you guys do if you're just getting into like bear hunting. For me, it's going to be spring bear. I drew a tag. For those of you that don't know, in Oregon, you have to apply for a special tag. We'll say, for spring bear, and then it's a draw. So I applied. I was able to get the tag, and so now what? Now what do you do? Okay. If you've never hunted before, this is probably not quite geared for you. This is for someone that's been hunting. They just haven't been hunting for bear. And this is not a how-to by any means. This is just from perspective of someone that's just kind of getting into bear hunting. I've hunted a little bit here and there. I have a video with my wife where I missed the bear. I'll put that in the link in the description, so you check that out. And I have a couple other videos from bear hunting, just a couple days here and there. But this video is to kind of show like what I would do prior to season, so that when I'm out on the, out in the field, boots on the ground, I'm utilizing my time as much as possible to give myself as many opportunities as possible to fill my tag. So I'm just going to do a real quick overview of what you're looking at here. For those of you who have not used Onyx or like base map, I don't use base maps, so I can't speak on that, but I do use Onyx. Super quick overview. Onyx uses boundary lines for private property. So this whole area inside this orange line is a private property. This happens to be Warehouser. And so Onyx uses an orange line to dictate boundary lines for property. So that's the first thing you should probably know. Hopefully everyone here like kind of understands that, private property means you have to have permission, or it's timberland. You have to go by their rules. You may not have access. You may not have motorized access. You may only be able to walk in, or there is motorized access. The yellow stuff, that's BLM land. The light green-ish color is usually like national forest land. This says Department of Forestry. Let's see if I can zoom out. It's like this is national forest right here. And then there's state land, which is a bluer color, like right here. So that's state land. We're not going to talk about all the stuff too much. This is not a like how to use Onyx video. This is more of what I'm going to do before hunting season for bear. Specifically this time of year, spring bear. So just again, quickly go over this right out of the rip. Solid white line is a main road, whether it's gravel or paved. I do not know. Most of the time they're like improved roads, so they're well maintained gravel roads or paved roads. The dash lines are usually unimproved roads, gravel, sometimes gated roads. You won't know until you get there. I know on the Onyx map on my phone, it now shows gates at roads, which I think is a filter. I just don't have it turned on. So, what am I looking for before I go out bear hunting? So, again, this is coming from someone that has limited knowledge, personal experience, and success hunting for bear. What I do know is you want to find clear cuts. Preferably clear cuts where, like at the bottom, there's no road access. That way the bears can get to safety quickly, get to cover. They're moving in and out of bedding areas. I don't know a ton about bear. I assume they probably bed wherever, but most of the time they're going to bed somewhere where they're fairly safe. From what I've been told, good locations are kind of like this, where you have clear cut, and we'll get into age of clear cuts here in a second. But have, a deep draw where you don't have a road going through the bottom. So that gives them an opportunity to get away from danger and or move it at use it as a corridor, like for movement up and down the clear cut, etc. And the other thing to look for is probably the age of the clear cuts. I know one thing I've been told many times for spring bear, they're basically coming out of that hibernation, and they're going to be feeding. So they feed a lot, and they feed on grass. They probably feed on a lot of other things, but it sounds like focusing on green grass is probably your best opportunity to get a bear. So that comes down to the age of clear cuts. So I would probably not focus on clear cuts that are older, where you have trees that are, 10, 15 feet tall. That's probably generally a 10-year-old clear cut, maybe a little bit younger. So I'd focus on the ones that are, excuse me. So I'd focus on the clear cuts that are fairly recently logged. Maybe not fresh, for the springtime, like this. It's probably been clear cutted the year prior. I probably wouldn't focus too much on that. You might catch them moving through. There might be spots of fresh green grass. By all means, do glass it over, but I would glass over a little quicker. But I would focus on clear cuts like this where there's, lots of open green area, a creek bottom where they can move in and out, get water, get to safety quickly. There's not a road directly at the bottom, so there's probably not human traffic down there or that much. Maybe like this clear cut, something like that. So, like I said, this is a video of like what I'm gonna do before I go out hunting. So, utilizing Onyx, this is what I would do. So I pick this area. We'll just say this is a 10 mile by 10 mile radius, okay? And I know I'm gonna hit this general area to hunt for bear. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put little waypoints on all these access points for roads, right? So like right there, right there. Whether I can drive in there or not, that's not gonna matter, because if it is gated, I'll probably walk in. And if I can drive in, I'll probably drive in. Probably park in the timber, walk to the clear cut, glass it for a while, and then get back in the truck and move on. So what that does is, now I know as soon as I'm ready to go out hunting, say I'm heading out on a Friday, I get there, find a spot to camp, Saturday morning I'm ready to rock. Well, I'm going to camp in a general area, but now I have waypoints of all these access points to these clear cuts so that I can go, first thing in the morning, go there before daylight, hit the first clear cut, sit on it before daybreak, glass it for a while. How long you should glass, I'm not sure. I've heard, 30 minutes to an hour and then move on. I've heard sit on it for a while. I don't know. That I can't speak on. Me personally, from what I've done, is if I find a clear cut that's, good size, has the right feed source, I guess, that I'm looking for, I usually sit on it for about 35 or 30 minutes to an hour. And then I move to the next clear cut. If it's a small clear cut, so like say I come up right here, and I can only see this part of the clear cut, and there's only like a 200-yard section, and it's not super huge. I'll probably glass that for 10-20 minutes, pick it apart as much as I can, and move on. Or if I can get to the top, go to the top and glass back down, because by the time you get there, who knows, an animal might come out. So stuff like that. But what I'm doing is I'm using Onyx to kind of dictate where I'm going to spend most of my time. I've learned from the past, when you don't e-scout and you don't kind of do your preseason, like, I don't know, routine, I tend to waste a bit of time trying to find areas to sit on to find the bear. And I think what happens is I just lose opportunity. I'm wasting too much time driving around instead of just sitting on a clear cut. And so hopefully this video, you guys kind of stay away from doing that, and this helps you kind of use Onyx to your ability to help utilize your time in the woods as much as possible. So other things that I would use Onyx for is these creek bottoms. Almost all animals utilize creek bottoms for watering, maybe traveling up and down. The other thing is using Onyx to find open timberland. So, for instance, right here we got Weyerhaeuser, we got Longview, we got Rogers, and then we got BLM land. So I know BLM land we can access. But so what you can do before season is say, okay, in part of the area I want to hunt, I have several different private timberlands that have property. So you can click on them and either go through Onyx and kind of do your research there, or you can go online, look up their regulations as far as access, so okay, in this general area, Longview Timber Company I can access, but Rogers Timberland I can't. So don't bother wasting your time trying to get to these areas. Just focus on those. Same thing with like state land or BLM land. So say you're hunting this general area, it's all state land, but you want to move in and out from timberland so you can get more clear cuts or whatever the reason is. Well, you can use Onyx to find those boundary lines, find the road systems that get to them, and the access points. And all that does is just give you more time during the season. Instead of trying to find all those areas, you already have it mapped out. And then you're utilizing your time in the woods as best as possible. The other thing I would definitely use Onyx for is like past experience. So I'll just show this right here. This is a tracker I had from deer season last year, rifle deer. So the other thing I would do is, say last fall you're hunting deer and you saw a bear in this clear cut. Okay, well I would have waypointed that, put a little marker on there, add the waypoint, come on, and then find your things. Say this is a bear. Put the bear there, blah blah blah. Put your notes in, and then save it. So what that does is, discard it. So what that does is now I know, okay, for spring, I'm going to hunt this area. I know last fall there was a bear in that clear cut. So there might be a chance there's a bear in there for spring. So that might be an area to check out. So you're using your experience from the year, season prior to kind of help you for spring bear. And like I said, use those waypoints. I don't always put a waypoint where I see animals. It's usually like a general location. So like say I was hunting this area and we're hunting bear in the fall and I saw a bear up here. Okay. And then I saw a bear over here. Okay. And then maybe the next day I saw a bear on this clear cut. Or I saw a bear across the road over here. So what I would then do is mark maybe one or two of these spots, or just put a waypoint here, and in the notes saying found several bear in this general area, and then save it. And so that basically tells me, okay, there's bear in the area. I've seen them. Maybe you can even add pictures to your waypoints. Have pictures of them. So it's a way of tracking them. And again, like I was saying, it's just a tool to use for for yourself. So where you're going out on opening day, you know where you want to go. You know there's clear cuts. You know the roads you're going to drive and walk before you even get out there. That way you're not doing what I did, and I'm sitting here off this main road here going, okay, if I drive up here, I might find some animals in this state land. And as I'm driving around, I'm pulling up Onyx, I'm stopping, pulling up Onyx, trying to find a clear cut, zooming out, saying, oh, well, there's a clear cut way up here. Let's go drive this road. Let's try to figure out how to get there. So you're driving around just trying to figure out how to get to one clear cut. Whereas now, I already did the homework for the season. I know, okay, I'm going to take this road. I'm going to stay left here, blah, 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 to get to that clear cut. Same thing with out here. Like, let's just say, I'm going to access this road. Well, I know if I drive up this road, I hit a gravel road. That actually looks like a gate. That is a gate. So there's a gate there. So I know, okay, I'm going to come in, hit the gate, hike in here, start glassing, start hunting. Whereas, in season, you might waste your time, drive up here, hit the gate, be like, oh man, and then pull out your Onyx phone, or your phone and check Onyx and see, okay, well, this is private timberland, blah, blah, blah. Let's hike up here, let's hike up here. Is this accessible? You do your homework before you're out there. And you utilize your time as much as possible. And then, like I said, Onyx does a great job at labeling your timber companies, your private land, whether it's personal private or, you know, there are some companies that just buy land. It's not necessarily for logging. BLM land, state land, you know, it's just creeks, roads, etc. So it's just a tool to use to do your homework before you're going out hunting. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Maybe I'll do another part of this video where I'm out in the field showing you first-hand experience. And like I said, I'll put in the link in the description the fall bear season where I missed the bear with my wife. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you want to see something like this again. Maybe I can go more depth on Onyx or what I'm doing for elk, you know, or deer. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell so you can get all the videos. Thanks, guys. Last thing I want to add, guys, for a tip for trying to be successful in bear hunting or hunting in general is if you're ambitious enough, call wildlife biologists, talk to them about, you know, what they're seeing. But other than that, like, honestly, watching YouTube videos is a great way to kind of gain some knowledge and overall, not necessarily experience, because I don't think you can beat real life experience for hunting. But, you know, you can go out, watch a bunch of YouTube videos, watch what they're doing, watch what happens when they find the bear, and etc. And then the other thing is, honestly, network. Talk to people, get out of your comfort zone, message people through social media. Obviously, there's going to be people that aren't going to talk to you and not going to want to give you any advice, but it doesn't hurt to try. Talk to people that are successful, especially the ones that are like successful in your area and that are, you know, successful back to back or whatever you want to call it. That way you can kind of get more experience through people. Hopefully they'll give you some advice, maybe help you with the area to go to, or whatever. That's my best advice for you guys. Like I said, I wanted to do this video because I feel like there's an in-between, it seems like, with hunting and that curve of knowledge to be successful. You're like either a brand new hunter or brand new at whatever type of hunting, whether it's deer, bear, elk, cougar, whatever you're doing, or there's the experienced people. You know, there's like a gray area where you have to learn how to hunt or learn how to find the animals, whatever. And I feel like any little bit of help is going to help everybody in the long run. So hopefully this video helps where you can, you know, maybe kick in gear, you know, to use Onyx to like do some e-scouting, find out where you're gonna go, what the terrain's looking like, etc. And like I said, don't be afraid to use your social media or social network to find people to, you know, ask some questions, ask their opinions, etc. We're all hunters. You know, I think it's a great community, and most people are pretty, in general, willing to help. So that's my last bit of advice. Like I said, hopefully you enjoy this video, you get something out of it. If you do, comment below, let me know. And if you guys want to see more of these little, like, e-scouting type videos from, or whatever, let me know. And I'll try to do my best to help you guys out. So, thanks guys. Later.